During times of uncertainty, it's comforting to know we have a healthcare system in our community that's been committed to supporting us for well over a century. In this current time, we are standing together, and our bond is stronger than ever. KDMC, caring for our community like no one else can.
Now joined by Ole Miss head coach Mike Bianco. Bryant. Parrish Alford, go ahead.
Mike, can you talk about the decision to start Taylor? What made that a good choice today?
I guess it all started last night. I got back to my hotel room. Taylor, sent me a text, basically said, Coach, I'll do whatever you need me to do tomorrow. If you want me to start, if you need to go to me early, I feel great. I can go as long as you need me to go. To be honest with you, when we met this morning as a coaching staff, and trying to figure out, what are the options and where we would go and who we would start. I think there's an angst that, if you go with one of the other options, that you don't get to your best bullet, which is, Taylor. Our best arm, available was Taylor, and to risk not being able to get to him when the game was intact, I just thought didn't make sense. We didn't. The other guys haven't started or haven't pitched well enough, to really, I think change our mindset. So we decided to go with our best bullet, and today it wouldn't have mattered though, Parrish. I mean, they were just so good offensively. It wasn't Taylor's fault. He was the guy that we wanted out there, when their bullets started flying, right? When the balls were flying around the field, and a guy that could handle it. And, it was one of those days where they were just, so good. And they would have beat anybody in the country. And, it's unfortunate. We said it last night, how do you win? You got to play well. Tonight we didn't play well, and they played terrific. They showed why they're the 5th national seed, and they certainly deserve to win this.
As explosive as they were, Mike, was there a consistency there? Did you see something that kept your guys from competing like they normally do? We don't see you guys give up 20 hits a lot.
Yeah, I wouldn't use the word competing. I think that's kind of unfair. Tonight they hit everything. I mean, you can go back and look back at our pitching chart, from fastballs in, fastballs away, breaking balls, change ups. And one of the things that was different, today that made it, their lineup, so good was, if you look back at the statistics prior to today, and that's why I think, Jay made a switch in the lineup. Those first 4 hitters really carried them through the first 2 games, excuse me. The bottom of the lineup didn't do a lot of damage. Not taking anything away from them. That's normal, and that's what's supposed to happen. But tonight, the bottom of the lineup was so good. Cato Cotto, got 3 or 4 hits. The name escapes me with an H. Got like 4 at bats or four hits tonight, and a homer. Just the bottom of the lineup did a lot of damage tonight. So, we still struggled to get the top of the lineup out, but tonight there was no outs at the bottom of the lineup either.
Nick Suss, go ahead.
Mike, kind of the big picture question here. There were obviously pretty big expectations coming into this year, and you've talked about how much this team has been through, how resilient it's been. Just when you take a look at the season as a whole, how do you evaluate what you guys achieved, and what is just the general feeling?
It's tough, Nick. At this point, when you're minutes away from losing a game that you planned on winning, and not just me, but the players and all the guys in the dugout. So I think it's always hard to summarize that or, to put, some good words to that. But I'll try. You're right. There was, a lot of high expectations going in, and, this team won 45 games, I believe. I think that's what we ended up with. We were one game from getting to the College World Series. We were the 12th national seed. This team had a terrific year. We had a bad day, today, but we had a terrific year. And when you look at all the adversity, all the injuries, all the things that this team had gone through and continued to have success, never taking weekends off, even at a time where there was a stretch there in the SEC where we had lost, like 4 or so weekends in a row, but we kept, our heads above water by not getting swept, and then bounced back and were able to finish strong and beat a good Vandy team, to beat a good Georgia team. This team, did some things that I don't think anybody really expected. I think if you just look at the book covers, and what I mean by that is the very beginning and the high ranking and see where you ended up, you'd say, maybe, they didn't get there, and that's a shame. But if you read the pages in between and know this team's story, it's pretty special. And, pretty emotional at the end of the game, and it always is when it ends, because you coach some kids that you won't see anymore. At least not, the way I've seen them, the last 4 years, and those seniors, those 4 seniors, even if you take out the COVID wins, that COVID year, and just count their regular 4 years, and Sims may correct me on this, but I'm not sure those, that senior class didn't win more games in an Ole Miss uniform than any 4 years in the history of the program. They've been playing a lot of baseball here for a long time. So just proud. It stinks. It sucks losing, especially this close to Omaha. It hurts really bad. And it'll take some time, but I think when you can look back, I think through a clearer lens, these kids are going to be really proud of what they all accomplished.
Ben Garrett, go ahead.
Yeah, Mike, no team's the same. All seasons are different unto themselves. But what in your experience has proven uniquely challenging about Super Regional Game 3s and just all that comes with them?
I don't know, Ben. That's a nice way of saying it. We it's not a secret. We've struggled in those, and we've been in some though. We've been in 7 supers in the last 15 or so years. So that's about one almost every 2 years, and we'll just keep banging on the door until we get through again. So again, it's nothing specific. I mean, you can look at tonight and just say we played a really good Arizona team, and we showed some holes in our game at this point where we're a little light, on the mound, especially once you get past Doug and Taylor, and that's not a secret. It might even show you how special to get where we are. How we've put it together on certain weekends and in certain tournaments to get where we were. When you look at where we're light without Hoagland, without Chofie, and some guys that didn't pitch well down the stretch. But I don't have that answer. I wish I did.
Obviously, you've been going and going and going, and then it abruptly ends. So what comes next as far as players winding down and just the next couple of days? What will they be like for y'all?
Pretty busy. We'll go back to the hotel. We'll leave early tomorrow. We'll get back early afternoon. I'll probably start player conferences, tomorrow afternoon sometime, and then probably all day, Tuesday, to try to, get them out of here. And, some of them have to go play summer ball. Some guys, want to get back home and do their thing. So, next couple of days will be kind of busy, just trying to wrap all that up.
Nick Sass, go ahead.
this year has this unique challenge of being able to recruit seniors back and try to use that, and also the transfer exemption, or with all that with the transfer portal. How different is this offseason going to be just from a personnel and roster building perspective?
I think we're in pretty good shape when it comes to that. I mean, I think every program is feeling that, and the numbers. But the NCAA has given us a little leeway just in the numbers. Now, we'd like more scholarship, but they've given us more freedom in how to use the scholarship, and some ways that we can spread the money out a little better. But everybody's dealing with that. Everybody's dealing with that. I mean, you asked a bunch of questions wrapped up into one: the portal and transfer rule and all of those things. It'll be different. No doubt. We're we talk about recruiting as the lifeblood of the program, and so you're always recruiting, and the portal is part of that now. It's the world we live in, and so obviously, if we find somebody that's the right fit and a need, then we'll do that. I think. Once we get back home, I think, Laugh and Clem will just be happy to hit the road recruiting. They haven't been recruiting in a long time. So it'd be nice just to go out, one, to see some new players, and two, just to see the players that we haven't seen, our players, our commitments that we haven't seen in a while.
Any more questions for Coach Bianco?
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Now joined by Jacob Gonzalez. Questions for Jacob? Nick Suss, go ahead.
Jacob, freshman year comes to an end like this. Just kind of what are the emotions of losing in a super regional, and how'd the team kind of react post game?
No one wants to lose their last game. Everyone wants to end up a champion, and that's what we fully expected to do. It was sad saying goodbye to some of our seniors, and it was just a sad way to end. Yeah.
The expectations for this team were really high. Just kind of how do you feel about missing out on the College World Series when it always kind of felt like that's what you guys' goal was?
It sucks. It was our goal. We all fully expected to be there. We just didn't play our best today, or even on Friday, and they played better than us, and that's how you need to win games, is to play good. So, yeah.
Parrish Alford, go ahead.
Hey, Jacob, what's the confidence level like for you guys in a game 3 after Doug pitches? I mean, Doug just seems to bring so much emotion from everybody. Emotionally, are you guys different when Doug's not pitching?
I think we all play the same. We all play as hard as we can to win the game, and sometimes, like today, it doesn't go our way, but we always play with the same energy, the same fire, and we're always trying to win.
You guys, I'm talking about you and TJ and Hayden, are kind of like the future of this program right now. Are you confident in what you see around you, that you guys have the pieces to put yourselves in this position again and break through and get over the hump to Omaha?
Yeah, I think we have a really special group coming back next year. We'll be back and better than this year.
Any more questions for Jacob?
Thank you.
Thank you, Jacob. Now joined by Hayden Dunhurst. Parrish Alford, go ahead.
Hey, Hayden, just wanted to ask you what I just asked Jacob there. You guys kind of become now the leaders, the playmakers, the central focus of the team. When you look around and see what you see returning next year, are you confident that you guys have the necessary tools to get back in this position and break through to Omaha?
Yeah, I think it takes everybody. I don't think it just takes a few key pieces. I think it takes, all 40 people on our roster is what it takes for us to, and that's how we got here right now, is all 40 people that we've had on our roster from day one. They've helping us gotten here, and that's what's going to happen next year, and we're confident as always, and we'll make it happen.
what do you think you guys need to add, or what needs to be different about the team collectively to get over the hump?
Just win game 3.
Nick Suss, go ahead.
Hayden, Mike was saying that he didn't think you guys ever looked uncompetitive out there today. Just kind of from your vantage point, what was happening that seemed to stymie you guys offensively and let them be so successful hitting themselves?
I thought their hitters did really good hitting pitches. You know, they weren't just hitting pitches down the middle. They were hitting really good off-speed pitches off the plate, down, almost in the dirt most of the time. I was going to block a few pitches, and they were hitting them doubles in the gap. So, you know, credit to them. It was just their day. That's how it went, and that's just how it was.
How familiar were you with Ole Miss's history playing in game 3s? Was that talked about at all, or was this kind of just a brand new team?
I have no idea.
Any other questions for Hayden? Thank you, Hayden.